Good day, everyone. So for today, we will be talking about intercultural communication. So what is intercultural communication? We all are familiar with the word communication. So intercultural, when we say intercultural, this is happening from one culture from to different or one other culture. For example, we are Filipino and we are talking with other cultures such as those people living in other countries or people that living in or they are have other nationalities. So what is intercultural communication? So this happens when individual negotiate and negotiate, interact, create meanings while bringing their varied cultural background. So this also happens among people from different cultures, just like what I said. Intercultural communication, it takes place when people draw their cultural identity to understand their values because we all have our different cultures, right? In Tagalog, may iba-iba tayong paniniwala o sinusundan ng mga kultura. Hindi pare-parehas ang kultura na ating sinusundan. We all have different cultures. So what are the two stages that we encounter when we are having intercultural communication? So this we experience differences. This is increasing from left to right. So the first stage is the ethnocentric stage, and the other stage is the ethnorelative stage. So we're going to discuss um, how we experience differences from one culture to another. So first one is the denial stage. So under the denial stage, we are experiencing the difference with other cultures. So we are being culture blind. So we are denying what we saw or see from other cultures. No, nagde-deny po tayo. Mahilig po tayo mag-deny. Kasi po ayaw po natin na kinukumpara po tayo sa iba. Next one is the defense. So we view our culture as superior. Baga mataas. We always view ourselves as the head, as the king and the queen. So we are experiencing differences o pinagkukumpara tayo from one culture to another. We always take ourselves as the head. Ayaw natin magpatalo. Lagi tayong dumidepensa. Next. So next one, we have what we call minimization. So nag-minimize po tayo. We are minimizing words that we tell other people so that the difference or yung pagkakaiba is hindi masyadong nakikita. The next one is the ethno-relative stage. So for the ethnocentric is the negative part when we experience differences from other cultures, while the ethno-relative stage is the positive side when we experience differences from other cultures. So number one is acceptance. So curiosity. So we accept the fact, that the other cultures can have the culture that we have as well. So we accept that we also have common culture from other cultures. Next, adaptation. We adapt different cultures when we live or when we stay on that place. For example, you live here in the Philippines since birth until you are grade 7. Then you migrated to America when you are grade 8 until now. So you adopt different cultures as Filipino and as an American citizen because you already migrated to America. Next part or the last one is the integration. So we are having the ability to adopt or in Tagalog, integration, pinagsasama natin, no? Pinagsasama yung culture na meron tayo from other culture, no? Kumbaga sa adaptation, we adopt things that we get from other cultures, na-adapt natin, we can, kumbaga, pagsamahin, parang just like integration. No, kung ano yung natutunan mo din doon, pwede mo siya pagsamahin from one culture to another, from different cultures. Now, that is the positive part. So, next, we have the influence in gender. So, paano nagkakaroon ng influensya kapag tayo ay nakikipag-usap when it comes to gender with other cultures? So, let's discuss the two main genders. We have the masculine and the feminine, or the man and the woman. So, how does the verbal communication difference based on gender? So, for the masculine, they always avoid personal stories. Correct, boys? You always avoid personal stories. Kasi you always kept it in yourself. Next is the woman, or the feminine one. So we share our personal stories. Yes, girls always share their personal stories with one another. To comfort other people, or to comfort a girl or a woman also. We always share our personal story to get the attention of other people, and to know other people as well. Next, so men always attempt to dominate the conversation, while women offer personal stories and concerned with equalized input. Next, men less likely to listen, while the woman listen carefully and attentively. So the men always don't want to listen with personal stories, or don't want to listen. They have their own world as they are. Now, while the woman, they are always listening carefully, while mga babae ay investigador. Yan. Next is, men always are more aggressive and more prone to interrupt, while the women allow themselves to be interrupted more. So, men is very sensitive, while the woman is just like the sensitive with that part. So, because when we are when we are sharing our personal stories, okay lang ma-interrupt tayo, no? Kasi we know that some people are getting or experiencing our stories as well. So that's why we're very much different when it comes to gender, when we are talking with one another, when it comes to verbal communication. So females always communicate more indirect, elaborate, emotional sense that can reflect uncertainty, tentativeness, and lack of authority. Yes, females are lack of authority. No, and because we are very emotional when we are sharing our stories, or when we are talking with other people. We are very indirect. We are not direct to the point, unlike the boys or the males. No? Tentativeness. Baga, walang kasiguraduhan in Tagalog. There is no, this is not direct. We are always, kumbaga, paligoy-ligoy. Next is the male. So males are very perceived to have the communication style. Yan. Very kabaligtaran ng babae. So boys are very direct, succinct, and instrumental. Kaya minsan, pag nagsasalita po ang mga lalaki, madalas po sila nakakasakit ng damdamin. No? Pero not somehow that, no, not all men are talking that, or having that style, but 95% of males are talking very, or having communication as direct, succinct, and instrumental. So it may seem that female communication style might be the weaker form. It can be also said that females are more able to establish a rapport that encourages response because of their ability to empathize. So female, we also have the strong part, or we have our strength, which is we can establish a good rapport. Next, we also have the ability to empathize. No? Kasi we're very emotional. And we have the ability to connect because we can share our experience. That's why people are getting or sharing also their experience with us. We can encourage them to give us a good report or mabilis nila tayo. Women are very coping with those experiences. Mabilis sila mag-reply. No? Weaker form, we are lack in authority, but we can connect with other people. So today we discussed or we define intercultural communication. Again, intercultural communication is talking or communication with one culture to another culture or one nationality. So we demonstrate. I hope um, you listen carefully. Next, we develop different appreciation for different cultural perspective. We have the ethnocentric and the ethno-relative stage. Next is we communicate sensitively, yan, girls, no, that when it comes to gender. So I hope you enjoy listening to our class or to our lesson for today. Just give me a comment down below if there are things that you cannot understand with regards to this lesson. Thank you everyone and goodbye.
For more ICCT College's video updates, please subscribe and click the notification button.